is crucial in any emergency. Every minute counts. Every second matters. When the precious window between life and death is closing quickly, skilled doctors, fearless nurses, and medical facilities will determine the rest.
Welcome to Al Jazeera Hospital. This is a laparoscopic tower.
At Al Jazeera Hospital Garissa, every patient is a top priority. Your loved ones have the best fighting chance in the care of our medical staff, state-of-the-art medical facilities, including a highly advanced laboratory and ultra-modern theaters. We don't just treat our patients, we contend for their welfare. Find us along the Dab Road opposite Garissa Referral Hospital. Visit us today. Quality healthcare brought closer to you.
Okay, good morning once again. Let us start. We will begin with the introduction, starting with the secretariat, led by the clerk.
I'm Abdullahi Dayib Hussein, the County Assembly Clerk, Tana River. I would like the secretariat to also introduce themselves.
Good morning. Abubakar Abaroba, Principal Sergeant at Arms.
Ali Galole Salat, Sergeant at Arms.
Felix Wario, Clerk Assistant.
Mashambo Balo, Senior Legal Counsel.
David Wakomaro, Clerk Assistant.
Omar, Research Officer.
Gababo Hussein, Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you, Secretariat. We will now begin introduction of the members, starting with the Honorable Riziki.
Morning. I'm Riziki Ruhu, nominated MCA, Gariseni North.
Maka Maimuna Muhammad, nominated MCA, member of this committee.
Musa Wario, MCA representing Kipini West. I'm a member of this committee. Also, I'm minority leader. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Ismail Kodobo, member for County Assembly representing the great people of Rimani Ward.
Morning, everyone. My name is Hamid Babuza Salim, MCA representing the great people of Kinakomba Ward, member to this committee, and also the Deputy Majority Leader.
Morning, everyone. My name is Bila Yusuf, member representing Chevelle Ward. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. My name is Mahmoud Ali, representing MCA, representing Salah Ward, also Budget Chairman. Thank you.
Yes, good morning. I'm Rhoda Katisha Raha, MCA Gariseni Southward, member of this committee, and also the Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
My name is Osman Nur Galole. I'm the Speaker of this Assembly and the Chair of this committee. We will now ask the Senior Legal Counsel to administer the oath to the nominee. Sorry, Honorable Paul Maro, you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Paul Maro Samuel, member of Mekinduni Ward. I'm here just as a friend of this committee. Thank you.
I, Abdullah Hanti Kanchora, do swear by Almighty God that the information I shall give to the committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi. For the records, I also want to recognize the presence of the civil society organization who are in the public gallery. And then we have the members of the Fourth Estate and the members of the public as well. Thank you. Mr. Abdullahi, can you kindly confirm to this committee that indeed the person appearing before the committee right now is indeed Abdullahi Hanti?
Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, honorable members, and everybody who is within the premises of this house. My names are Abdullah Hanti Kanchora. I'm the nominee for Public Service Administration and ICT. You can confirm my names through my ID. I have my ID around.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi. My first question will be for you to tell us about yourself. Who is Abdullahi Hanti?
Thank you, Chairman. I'm Abdullah Hanti Kanchora. I come from the Orma community. I live in Bangal and Madogo. I am a father of 7. That is my name. And that is what I am.
Mr. Abdullahi, you've confirmed to us your names, your family background, where you live, your tribe. Kindly elaborate more about your CV, your career, education background, your experience. That's what we want to hear.
Getting my primary education at Bahati Primary School just around here. I went to Mau Memorial Secondary School from 1981 to 1984, and attained obtained Kenya Certificate of Education. From there, I was admitted. The following year, I was admitted to Kenya Medical Training Center, Embu, from where I completed my studies and obtained a certificate of public health technology. In 1987, I was employed as a public health technician. I worked in Wajir, and then later on, I worked in Garissa districts for quite some time, for 3 years at least. From there, I was transferred to Tana River, and since then I was working here. I moved, I was upgraded to several stages in the field of public health, and I worked for the ministry up to 2004, after which I was seconded to Arelands Resource Management Project 2. It was a Kenya government World Bank funded project. I worked there for 8 years until 2012, when the project was over. I was taken back to the ministry. In 2014, September, when the county government came into place, I was employed. I was appointed as Assistant Director for Special Programs, of which I worked for the county government until 2021 December. That's my life as a civil servant from the time I went to college up to now. The other levels of my education, I obtained a diploma from Premise Development Institute in community development, and I further studied and obtained a degree in development studies from Mount Kenya University. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi. Kindly tell us your current net worth.
My current net worth is Kenya shillings 15 million.
Kindly also indicate tell this committee why you want this position.
Thank you, Chairman. First of all, I wish to inform the committee that I'm a member of people. I'm a resident of Tana River County, and I would wish in this department to assist my communities to spur development through this department and through this career, so that we acquire quality of
Abdullahi Hanti, you just mentioned that you had been a director in the Department of Special Program during the previous regime. So I wanted you to tell the committee what was your greatest achievement as a director in that department.
Thank you, Honorable Member. My greatest achievement in the Department of Special Programs, the department's mandate is to carry out duties on disaster management and cohesion. So my greatest achievement during my tenure in office, I really struggled with other stakeholders and the staff to put in place the disaster DRM policy and bill. And it was passed here in the assembly, now is functional. That is the greatest achievement I've ever had during my tenure in office.
Switch off. Yeah. Okay, number 2. You now want to be the Cecm, Public Service Management Administration and Information Technology Communication. What do you think will be your role as the Cecm in this department, this new department?
My role will be, first of all, providing leadership to the department. Secondly, we'll be formulating policies regarding the issues affecting or concerning the department. We'll be also interacting with communities and try to implement programs, activities, and even the policies, so that we move to the next level in taking the department to the next level. The other bit is about coordinating with other stakeholders on issues affecting the department. We'll be providing reports to the County Assembly on the progress of the department. will also be interacting with the national government and also will be implementing policies from the national government, because these are the two levels of government, and we have to complement one another in terms of provision of the duties. The other thing will be, of course, looking into the welfare and the management of the county staff, the workforce, and also try to have a workforce that will be productive to the county, and a workforce that will provide quality services to the people, will also ensure service delivery in all sectors of our economy, so that the quality of life of our citizens are improved.
Yeah, thank you, Bwana Hanti. Chairman, I'm done.
Honorable Yusuf Bile.
Waziri, kindly mention at least 2 responsibilities that are performed by the public service training institutions.
Public service institutions have a role to impart knowledge and improve capacities of our people through trainings, and also through workshops, and of course through outreach in not frequently but at certain times to the departments, so that they review and track performance.
Second question. Name at least 6 offices that fall under the category of state office.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. We have the Public Service Commission. We have the Police Commission, the Parliamentary Service Commission. We have also Salaries and Enumeration Commission. We have also, you see, other agencies, like, for example, that the EACC is also a commission, as a commission, and the state offices, even my office, when you approve my nomination here, I'll be a state officer. And then we have the county assembly also here. Is a state office. Are you satisfied, Mheshimiwa? Have I exhausted the 6?
Chair, lastly, Waziri, if you will be approved today as CCM Public Service, there's a nominee by the name Fatuma Zahra. She was vetted by the previous county assembly as a board member, and she hasn't been sworn on until up to date. What will you help for her to be in the office?
Repeat the question for me.
I'm saying, if approved today as CCM Public Service, there's a lady by the name Fatuma Zahra. She applied for the position of board member, vetted by the county assembly, but she is not in the office until now. What will you do to help her to be in the office?
Thank you, Honorable Member. The power to recruit public servants is vested on the Public Service Board, of which I will be the CEC responsible for that particular docket. If this nominee was vetted, you say it was vetted by the assembly, is not in place, has not yet reported to office. That means if she's vetted and approved, she has now to follow other procedure through the board, have to be given an appointment letter, and then once she's given the appointment letter, then she'll be able to access the office.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Yusuf. Deputy Majority Leader, Honorable Babusa.
Thank you, Chair. Nominee Abdullahi Hanti Kanchora. Since the inception of devolution, the county has not established village units as required by Section 42(1)(d) of the County Government Act. I repeat, since the inception of devolution, the county has not established village units as required by Section 42(1)(d) of the County Government Act. Which steps will you take to ensure that these units are established?
The first step, Mheshimiwa, thank you. The first step we shall come up with proposals by we shall come up with proposals by convening stakeholders to come up with proposals of those village units. Once that is done, then we'll subject them to scrutiny through the arms of the government. In this case, we shall involve both the county and the national government so that we cannot overlap. Once that is done, we'll bring the proposals to the, we'll subject the proposals once again to community participation. We'll go around and get proposals from the community, and from there, we'll seek approval of this House, the County Assembly. Once they are approved, then there will be official units. That is my take.
Waziri, I think you've been working in the county government of Tana River. Are you aware that the county structure is not complete? And if yes, explain to this committee the structure of the county government.
County government is led by the governor as the executive of the county, the deputy governor, and then we have the CECs of the respective departments. We have the chief officers of the respective departments. We have also directors, assistant directors, and other officers depending on the need of that department. And of course, the County Assembly is the second arm of the government also. You say the structure is not complete. It's true, because there are some offices which are vacant, others have not been established, depending on our needs as a county. In order to have, you see, a complete workforce, we'll see the needs of every department. The County Public Service Board has the mandate to establish or abolish an office. So they will advise the government on the vacancies that are required, and then from there it will be advertised, and people will be recruited competitively from through the advertisements of the respective offices that are in need.
Waziri, you said that the public service management has a mandate to establish and abolish an office. Can you kindly quote us in which law are you referring to?
I said we have still some offices which have not been filled. Either maybe a term for a specific office officer has come to an end, then there will be a need. And then, as a county, we have also our special needs in terms of providing services to the people. So the county Public Service Management Board through the Constitution of Kenya. It's not through any other law, it's through the Constitution of Kenya, may establish an office which is relevant to our need. I'm through.
Chair, kindly last question. Waziri, are you aware that the youth of Tana River are exposed to mihadarati like mogoka, mira, and this not because they are not learned. They have degrees, they have diplomas, they have masters, but it's because of a lack of employment. Are you aware of that? And if yes, what plans do you have to make sure that the youth of Tana River enjoys the privileges of devolution through being employed?
Okay, thank you, Mheshimiwa. You see, all of us may not be employed in these white collar jobs. Not everybody will be a civil servant. But what we shall do to improve our economy will ensure to put in place programs. We shall try to be creative and innovative through establishment of some programs that will assist the youth to get self-employment. I hope you are listening to me, Mr. Mheshimiwa. So we'll put programs that will address the needs of the youth and will also strengthen our economic base through implementing some of the policies, in fact, which you have passed here but have not been implemented, which will also help the youth to come up, to gain some gainful employment when those policies are implemented. For example, I have a case of the Grazing Act, which you have passed here in the Assembly. And it's not working up to now. It has not been implemented we have not implemented as a county. When we implement the policy, the programs under that policy and the activities will create job opportunities for our youth, because we'll be collecting some revenue, and in that case we'll need the youth or persons to work and bring the revenue concerning that particular policy. So when we implement these policies and when we institute these programs through community participation, definitely people will come, the youth will come out with a self-reliance approach. And in that case, we'll be adding value to our economy.
For the interest of time, Chair, thank you.
Honorable Ismail Kodobo.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Mr. Hunt. My first question is about the grounds for retirement from the public service. So what are the grounds for retirement from the public service?
Grounds for retirement, when you reach an age of 50 plus, you are eligible for early retirement if you so wish. If you need to complete your term at the age of 60, you will go for retirement. The other thing, you can go for retirement also on medical requirement. Maybe if you are sick and you cannot continue with your duty, you can seek for medical retirement under medical grounds.
What steps could you take to ensure that there's efficient civil education in the county, the civic education?
Okay, thank you. When we involve our communities in the different programs of work, and when we are implementing also projects, we involve our communities. They participate in some of implementation of some of the programs. Then we'll be educating the members of the community. Secondly, we have gone further with the technology. We have the Huduma centers around. We have the audio and print media. You see, people are getting enlightened day by day.
Thank you. What are the principles to be observed in public service delivery in the county? Are the principles to be observed?
There must be high standards of professionalism and ethics. The county have to have effective, efficient economic use of resources. Also, accountability of administrative acts. We have also to ensure transparency and prompt and timely delivery of information. We must also look into the issue of responsive, prompt, effective, and impartial and equity in the delivery of services to the wananchi.
I know you have a vast experience in so many departments, as you have indicated. Also, we have seen in your file. There is this issue of the casual workers within our county. We have the case whereby there were 14 drivers who were dismissed from their jobs, and the department was in need of that of those drivers. Then the drivers came with a petition to this honorable house. The committee was formed, and the verdict of the house was that the drivers be reinstated. But up to date, nothing was done. We have around 68 casual cess collectors that were also dismissed from their job in that manner. This house also stood up, followed the law, and we told the department concerned to reappoint them, but nothing so far was done. We have the case that my fellow member, honorable member for Chewele, has just mentioned. We have the issue of Fatuma Zahra, who was nominated to the County Public Service Board. This house vetted and approved, and we seem that she's fit to hold that office. But up to date, she has not been given the employment letter. So as a public service management and information technology communication nominee, what advice could you give to this committee? Maybe the House, the County Assembly that has been mandated with the oversight role and making laws, we might have overstepped our mandate by telling the executive to restate these people. So what advice could you give to this committee on those three issues? Thank you.
Thank you, Kodobo. What I will advise the community, you see, we cannot do things out of the Constitution. Every act or in an office has to be commensurate with the law. So we'll study the case and we'll act as by the laws governing employment, and also this will be, actually it's not something overnight, but we have to study critically and establish the cause, the delay, and why we should not recruit or reinstate the drivers or give appointment letter to the madam who has been vetted here and approved. So we have to study the case first, and should be also in line with the law. Whatever we'll do, we should be commensurate with the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. My last question is about you as the son of Tana River, who has worked in different departments. What values have you added to the communities? Because we know you've been working in different sectors before the commencement of the revolution. So what can you showcase maybe during your time as a worker and a person who loves his people? What have you done for the community? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kodobo. You see, I was a health worker And as a public health, I was doing with the duties of preventing medicine. The first thing, one of the beneficiaries of my work are here, first of all. Did a lot of immunization services. Mr. Bile, Honorable Bile, I immunized him in Madogo when he was a child. I immunized also, where is Honorable, that brother of mine in Bengal? Yeah, he was also a beneficiary from my immunization. The clerk of County Assembly of Tana River is a beneficiary of my service. I immunized him, if not with Desa, in Village 4. So the examples are here. And then through, when I was in health, we did a lot of community health education. People have changed. My community, the pastoral community, were not using toilets. We educated them. They know now the benefits of using toilets. We have improved hygiene services for trade premises. We have been also inspecting meat. We have helped communities not to consume infected meat. So the benefits that I brought through the services are many. The other thing, when I was in Arilans, Mr. Kodobo, you are aware, I was a mobile extension team leader. We have really educated our community through trainings in community development approach, people to refrain from this dependency syndrome. You have seen so many, the restocking that we did for our communities to improve their economic base. So there are so many actually. The list is long, cannot exhaust.
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Musa Wario.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Abdullahi Hanti, my question is, what is the period of engaging a person on contractual terms in the public service? Thank you. My second question is, what is a state organ?
A state organ is an office which has come into place through nomination and appointment by the president or by the governor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That is, I think, my last question.
Honorable Maka Maimuna.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Abdullahi, where do you want to see the department in the next 5 years?
Pardon?
Where do you want to see the department in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, inshallah, would like to have a vibrant public service that has transformed the lives of our communities so that we become self-reliant. An example of being self-reliant, Madam, Honorable Member, will not wish to rely so much on funding from the national government. Would like our county to increase its revenue base. We would like a county that is self-sufficient in terms of food production. Will wish to have a county that is that has sustainable programs and equitable service delivery for all. So this one will do through, will ensure to subject our workers to performance management so that we track their records, we track their work to improve the service delivery, and at large will be improving the lives of our people. Thank you.
My second and last question. Every county is required to enact legislation prescribing the county symbols. Kindly name 3 county symbols.
We have the county emblem portraying our agriculture, the livestock that we have, and the resources that we have through River Tana. The emblem is showing River Tana as our resource. That is one. The other one I've forgotten, Madam. Let me be sincere.
Honorable Riziki.
Good morning, Waziri. My question is, what is the role of the County Human Resource Advisory Committee?
The role of County Human Resource Committee is to follow up staff matters in regard to discipline, in regard to performance of duties, in regard also to strengthening capacities of staff, issues of promotion, issues of training. They are also there to advise the governor on important matters affecting the departments and streamline services.
Are you done, Mheshimiwa? Thank you. Honorable Mahmoud Baro.
Good morning, Mr. Hunty. Welcome, and it was very beneficial that you vaccinated honorable members who are here, and that was a good job. Congratulations. I was very happy to see the clerk sitting there you have vaccinated and the honorable member here and the majority leader. That was a good job. So my question is, Does the president have the power to suspend a county government? The question is no or yes.
It's a yes.
If yes, what are the grounds for suspension of the county government?
When there is unrest in the county which has resulted to lack of cooperation between the arms of the government, which has led to a standstill of services and conflict.
Thank you. I proceed with one or two questions. I'm sorry, I will be very quick. Mr. Hanti, you are in special program, and by then your junior position of director. There was a flood in Salawod and Madogo where most houses were destroyed, life affected, and property also destroyed. You were there. Once I was working also with humanitarian, we met on the ground. You did less to support the community during your time in your office. There was also water tracking, an emergency situation whereby Bangali, Chewele, and some part of Sala were affected. Traders were affected who were doing water tracking. By then you were director also. And there was, from then up to last financial year, I think there was a pending bill for water tracking. This was a problem to the traders and also county government. Maybe if I ask this, you could say I couldn't have much say because you are director and you didn't have much say. Today, given the position of decision making as CEC, can you tell this committee what value will you add that before you have never added it to this county? And what are you promising for the public community which is listening to you, Tana River County today, given the position today you are sitting for? Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Mahmoud. I would like to inform the members, honorable members, that during my time as a director in special programs, sincerely we did a lot. You see, water tracking during that time of a dry spell was done by different agencies. We had the Department of Water, which was also doing water tracking. We have also other actors who are also water tracking to communities. And this one, you know very well, Honorable Shabin, I'm used to that. We've been together in the CSG. We did a lot of planning together, and every actor had a place to do the services. So for me, as a director in the special programs, we had handled the north, the interior part of Tana River, from Bangal, the Wayu areas, I mean in a nutshell, the pastoral livelihood zones. That was where we were handling. Sala was in the riverine, in the marginal mixed farming zone. So we were coordinating as a team. You know, the county commissioner and the governor are the chairpersons for disaster management in the county. So through CSGs, I believe you can remember. If you have forgotten, maybe let me remind you, we had zoned the areas, and then those people who had resources who are delivering services to specific areas as planned. So that is how much I can remember. For flooding is also, you see, this is a collective responsibility of the arms of the government and the other stakeholders. Disaster management is not a sole responsibility for the county government alone. We are taking the lead, but other actors also have to come. As for floods, it's also the same way. We cannot, as a special program, you see, do things just on our way. It has to pass through the committee, either the CSG or the committee which is responsible for disaster management in the county. Thank you. Now, the other question you said, what can I do to improve better, to come up with something which I have to do more in the county? You see, a government is like the system of a body. We have the skeletal system, we have the nervous system, we have the circulatory system. All these put together will form an organ. So as an organ of the government, what we shall do is to ensure equitable service delivery to our people. Equitable service delivery to all diverse population of Tana River. That is my take, and inshallah, once you approve my nomination, we will work together and you will see the results.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, my only concern is we are interviewing you. We are not interviewing county government. So we needed your promises, and you gave us a lot of skeleton and circulatory things. So the thing is, your promises should be very clear, but we go forward. Thank you very much. The other concern I have is the nominee. Have been talking about what has been done when he was in public health. But when he was in a special program, every stakeholder were doing their part. But at the same time, remember, a special program have emergency fund beside the collaborative issue you talked about. There's 132 million meant for DRM under a special program. So that's where we are asking, what help did you give? But now we go forward. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Mahmoud Barrow. I know both of you have the same background. We understand. Now, before we conclude, Mr. Abdullahi, there are concerns raised by Mheshimiwa Yusuf Bile from Chewele regarding Fatuma, who was approved by this House. She was not a nominee originating from this House. She was nominated by the executive, forwarded the name to this House for approval. There were concerns raised by Mheshimiwa Ismail Kodobo regarding the drivers. Now, I want to listen carefully. There are 19 workers who were laid off and procedurally in 2018. March 2018, the moment the then government came into place. These workers were dismissed from service by the County Service Board. They went and appealed to the Public Service Commission through the Kenya County Government Workers Union. The Public Service Commission made a determination in favor of these workers, and the county government through the County Service Board was instructed or was directed to reinstate these workers. The County Service Board decided to appeal the decision. They appealed to the Public Service Commission, and then the appeal was made in favor again of the same workers. The Public Service Commission has written another letter to the through the County Secretary, County Service Board, directing them again to reinstate these workers. But up to now, you see, when you combine the decision the executive had made against Zahara, you come to the drivers, and now the 19 workers. This is deliberate ignorance of the decision of independent institutions which have the powers or they have been mandated to give a direction to the County Service Board, even the county executive. Now, as a nominee for this position, or inshallah maybe you are going to be approved, what will you offer? What is your position on these workers and the decision that has been made by the Public Service Commission regarding reinstatement of these 19 workers plus Mrs. Zahara and the drivers? Kindly be clear. We want now your decision. What decision will you make when approved? Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Honorable Chairman. I have not been privy to the case before. You see, I left service sometimes in December 2021. Once you give me a nod here and I'm appointed as a CEC, we'll study the issue at hand. Of course, we shall engage the legal team here for advice, because we cannot do things out of the principles of the Constitution. We'll engage the legal team from the two arms of the government, and then we will act promptly.
Mr. Abdullahi, we are past the whatever you are referring to, the advice of legal officers, be it the assembly or the county government. I'm telling you, the County Service Board appealed the first decision that was made by the Public Service Commission. And when you appeal, you know, the County Service Board must have been represented by a legal officer. You cannot just draft an appeal without the input of someone who has a legal background. Now we are past that. A decision has been made by the highest office or an institution of the caliber of the Public Service Commission. We want to know, what role will you play so that these workers either get reinstated or they are paid? Will you respect the decision of the Public Service Commission as the CEC Public Service, or will you also disobey that decision as the County Service Board has decided to do so?
Honorable Chairman, this issue, I've said I'm not well versed with it. First of all, I have to study just from where you have raised, and then we'll seek an appropriate decision in regard to the laws of the country.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi. Regarding the question that was asked by the Deputy Majority Leader, Mr. Babusa, on the functions and the powers of the County Service Board, you will kindly refer to Section 59(1)A of the County Government Act. It will guide you accordingly. Now, we've come to the end of this interview. I will now ask you whether you have any question or any comment or anything that you would like to tell this committee, please.
Thank you, Chairman, Honorable Chairman. We have no question to ask the members. I thank you for this session. I thank everybody here, the media, honorable members who have attended this session. Mine is to thank you. You see, we are in the last, maybe the last day of Ramadan. Being a Muslim, I would like to ask each one of you here, whom maybe I have wronged in one way or the other, to forgive me. Secondly, you see, we are all accountable to God. We are accountable to God. We are accountable to our people. We are leaders. People of Tana River. We have a lot to do. Without cooperation, without interacting with one another, then we cannot move our county to the next level. So I will ask the members, first of all, to give me a nod. You approve. I ask you to approve my nomination. And then once you approve my nomination, we will work together in a manner that we shall not leave our communities behind. We will work fairly for everybody in our county. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi. Before you take your leave, kindly confirm your original documents, whether you have them all. Sorry. Thank you. We wish you the best of luck, Abdullah.
Time is crucial in any emergency. Every minute counts. Every second matters. When the precious window between life and death is closing quickly, skilled doctors, fearless nurses, and medical facilities will determine the rest.
Welcome to Al Jazeera Hospital. This is a laparoscopic tower.
At Al Jazeera Hospital Garissa, every patient is a top priority. Your loved ones have the best fighting chance in the care of our medical staff, state-of-the-art medical facilities, including a highly advanced laboratory and ultra-modern theaters. We don't just treat our patients, we contend for their welfare. Find us along the Dar Road opposite Garissa Referral Hospital. Visit us today. Quality healthcare brought closer to you.